Yo. What's up, everybody? Okay, so my top 5 reasons why I hate the gym. I hate going to the gym. I think the gyms are useless for me. Now, don't get me wrong. A gym in and of themselves, positive place, great place, a place of health. God bless gyms. But you got to like going to the gym. And statistically, gyms don't work out for something like 80% of people who purchase gym memberships. By February 1st, no one's going to the gym anymore. So, my top 5 reasons why I hate the gym. Again, works for you, God bless. For me, no go. And I belong to a gym right now, a pretty fancy one. And I've been in gyms on and off throughout my life. I used to be a trainer for a Gold's Gym out here in Jersey. Number one, gyms are a waste of money. Again, citing my statistic, most people are not going to pass February 1st. So I think, you're going to spend this money. It doesn't matter if it's $10 or $300 a month, whatever. It's going to go out the window. So that's a problem. That's number one. So I find myself not going to the gym. I exercise 7 days a week, but I find myself, I just don't want to go to the gym, and I don't want to be inside. I don't want to be walking on a treadmill like a hamster. It's a waste of money. Second, the people at gyms. Now, I understand you don't go to the gyms to hang out and make friends, but let's be honest. People are there. What do human beings do? We talk, we network, we make friends or whatever. I find, and I've been going on and off, like I said, to gyms since I was in my early 20s. I find that the gym culture of today is far different than what it was in the 1980s or 1990s. In the 80s and 90s, when I first started going to gyms, there was no internet. There wasn't many television screens. There was no headphones. There was no iPhones. So people actually had their head up. They were looking around. You would make small talk. You would make connections. And that's part of the reason, I hate to say it, but it's true. Part of the reason why you go to the gym, an ancillary effect, is to go and talk, and it's good for your mind and body, and so you meet people. That's not the primary reason, but it's there. Come on, let's be honest. It's, 50, 60, 70, 100, 200 people at a gym. So the gyms of today, you might as well just be working out by yourself all alone, because 99.9% of people at a gym in modern day have headphones in, heads down, looking at their iPhones all the time, every time. And it's borderline rude. It's just like, wow, man, nobody even looks up to say hello. Now, I get it. You know somebody at a gym, you hang out with your boy. But for the most part, people are just headphones in and heads down. And that's another reason why I hate going to the gym. I said to myself, wait, I could just work out at home alone, because I'm alone here at the gym. What am I paying for? The cold people effect. And again, I'm sure that, they're not bad people, but it's just everyone's on their phones looking down. A third, cardio. I'm paying for cardio. I'm paying to walk or ride a bicycle. I could do that at home. I could do that outside, which I do. So that's the other thing. I'm paying for what? If there's classes, that's a little bit different, which there are classes in certain gyms. The gyms I go to now, there's classes. Okay, if you're into classes. If you're not, you're wasting money on that too. Okay, weight training, the big reason you go to the gym, right? To pump weights. Okay, but I can pump weights at home. Why would I need to go to the gym to pump weights? I mean, what? So, or do you even need to pump weights to have a beneficial effect for your muscles? You could do calisthenics. You can swim. You can, do Pilates. So there's many other things you can do. You can join a martial arts school, which I've done. So you can get that weight, quote unquote, resistance training there. You don't necessarily have to lift weights to build muscle. And then the fifth thing, and this really has nothing to do, the gyms can't really do anything about this. Some gyms might have a dietitian or nutritionist, but 90-something% of gyms don't have dietitians or nutritionists, and that is your diet. You can work out all you want, but you can't work off a shitty diet. If you're living on pizza and hot dogs and hamburgers and chips and alcohol and beer and soda and candy and cookies, sorry, you can be at the gym 7 days a week for 5 hours a day. You're not going to work off a deadly diet. You're just not. So that's the other thing. That starts at home. So that's why I don't like the gym. I hate going to the gym. I find it very claustrophobic, repetitive, monotonous, annoying. And again, works for some people, gets them in the zone. But I find that I can make my health and my body look great and feel great by getting my 8 hours of rest a day, getting in front of good friends and family, getting a proper diet that I have. And then I go out. I do a ton of cycling, a ton of tennis, a ton of walking, a ton of calisthenics. And so when you look at the blue zones on this earth, that's southern Greece and southern Japan, two of the most popular. Nobody goes and lifts weights. No one joins gyms. They live the longest, healthiest, happiest lives on earth. The longest lives, the healthiest lives, happiest lives on earth, those three items. And none of them lift weights. So look into blue zones. What they do is a lot of cardio, a lot of chores, a lot of walking, a lot of talking with friends, proper sleep, proper nutrition, boom, done. That's where it's at. Anyways, again, I'm not saying don't lift weights. I'm not saying don't join a gym. If you like that, then you do that. But if you don't like that, don't feel bad. There's a million ways to skin a cat. There's a million ways to, cook a meal. There's a million ways to get into shape. It does not include joining a gym and pushing weights around. So anyways, that's it. That's why I hate gyms. Okay, I'm over. I'm out. Bye.